In this short video, I'm going to show you how to create user credentials for those iMIS records who do not have a username or password. So the first step is obviously to have that IQA query to identify those individuals within iMIS. If we take a quick look at the sources, we're going to be using both the net contact data and the user data source. Now we want to do a left join on the net contact data ID equals the user data ID fields. If we take a look at our filters, obviously we want user data, the username to be empty. We want them to be created. We also don't want to create user credentials for companies, so we're going to exclude those. And then emails, you could have a filter on just making sure it's not empty. In this case, we're just making sure that it contains that @ symbol. And then we only want to create user credentials for active status individuals. I have put in a specific ID. You don't need to do this, but this is so you can kind of test and make sure everything looks good. Jumping over to the display, we have that ID. And then we have a SQL expression for the password. You can do that in the IQA, or you can hard code a static value in iDMS and have that same thing be accomplished. And then we have that email because that's what we're going to set as their username. If we run, we'll see that here are the kind of information we need. And so we will jump over to iUpdate. We'll simply find where that IQA lives, and we will select it. And then we're going to use the insert action. We want to insert these user credentials, and we have that iMIS ID. So we'll select insert, and from here, we're just going to map everything out. So we'll go to the user credentials source, iMIS ID, goes to the ID column, we'll hit save. Here, username goes to that email as username column. And then password. Like I mentioned previously, if password wasn't a column, we can always hard code a value here. But in this case, we'll just use the password. Those are the three mappings that you need to have to be able to import these user credentials. So if we go ahead and submit it, we'll see that there are just this typical validation screen, and we can continue with insert. Now this is it's loading the query, and it's going to read that row in our IQA and create those user credentials. And so if we take a look at this individual, we will notice that they are now able to log in, and they have a username and password set as well. Thanks, and I hope that helps you be able to assign user credentials to those iMIS records that don't currently have them.